Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Going Out Farming video. Today we'll be taking a look at another one of my BfA routes. This one focuses quite a bit more on Siren's Pollen and Star Moss, although somebody else was farming this as well, and I do believe it is really good for Siren's Pollen. Because somebody else was farming, I couldn't really get an accurate amount of how much Siren's Pollen you can get per lap or anything, but as of right now you should be able to get roughly 35 of the Siren's Pollen per lap, 25 Winter's Kiss per lap, 35 Star Moss per lap. I was only able to pick up one sea stock, but you should be able to get more than what I was able to pick up, which I was only able to pick up 5 of the sea stock per lap. But usually I find 4 or 5 nodes, so you should be able to get roughly 20 to 25 of the sea stock per lap. And then you've got about 30 River's Bud per lap as well. As far as anchorweed goes, I can usually find 1 per lap, but because somebody else was farming, I wasn't really able to. I don't think that they're necessarily running this route because they didn't really follow all of where I usually pick up the herbs, so I think that they're farming their own route, but they just kind of intertwined here and there. This route takes me roughly 7 to 8 minutes to complete. It will take me a bit shorter to complete the route depending on how well I can actually manage to get some of the herbs, because unfortunately it kind of focuses mostly on the 2 herbs that are really, they're just big pain to try and gather, which is your Star Moss and Siren's Pollen. I have gone over a route similar to this one before, I believe. However, this one is much shorter. I believe the last one took about 15 minutes to complete, but this one is a 8-minute lap. For those who don't know, it takes about 5 minutes for the herbs to respawn. So you want some kind of route that's a little bit over 5 minutes, so that way you have enough time for herbs to spawn back in. So an 8-minute route is actually a really good route. I wouldn't recommend skipping any of this because then you won't get any herbs to spawn. I was hoping to skip this Star Moss location and just kind of farm this loop right here. However, it doesn't really work because, again, the herbs don't really respawn fast enough, so you'll want to run that small section, or if you are a druid and you just want to run around in your travel form, that should be able to work if you just want to run this little section right here. In that 8 minutes, I know I picked up a couple of herbs, but I was able to loot about 2,300 gold worth in herbs, which is really good for herbs. I know a lot of the herbs have decreased in price, so I'm just kind of holding on to the herbs that I've been getting, because I know when the new patch comes out, which I know that won't be for a while, but the herbs will spike in price again, and therefore you'll be making more gold per hour if you just kind of hold on to them. There's no really good preference as to whether or not you should hold on to your herbs or not, because they both have their pros and cons. I just like holding on to my stuff just for the sake of holding on to it. No real specific reason, just, well, I mean, I guess I just don't really want to worry too much about posting them on the auction house. So as I may have said before, this route does focus a lot on all the different herbs. You got your Winter's Kiss right up here, which I average anywhere from 5 to 7 Winter's Kiss nodes. Sometimes I'm lucky and I can probably get about 8 or 9 of them. Depends on how far I decide to go over on this section right here. You've got your River Bud that's right here on the lake. Your Siren's Pollen, which focuses on this little stretch here, and then even down this stretch right here. and your star moss here, and then you've got your sea stock right around this little area right here. It is a really good overall mixed herb route. I do believe this is the only mixed herb route there can be. You might be able to do one in Vol'dun. I haven't messed around too much with that just yet, but I probably will here in the next couple of days, so that way there is a mixed herbs route for Winter's Kiss and a mixed herbs route for the Kunda's Bite as well. So keep that in mind if you are looking forward to a mixed herb route that yields Kunda's Bite as well. I don't know when I'll be able to get that up. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I have been fairly busy the last couple of weeks, and I'm just going to be even busier these next couple, so you won't be seeing as many videos from me. I do apologize for that. I will try to upload mostly BfA routes, because one thing I have noticed this expansion is there aren't a whole lot of guide makers covering routes like they did back in Legion. Back in Legion, I remember there being new routes almost every single week, and as of right now I haven't really seen very many BfA herb routes. Anyways, that will be all, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.